Well, good morning, men. Big A coming to you live from the Greenway. Hey, let me tell you something. Have you been outside this morning? If you hadn't, do yourself a favor. Don't go. Woo, baby, it's cold out here this morning. There is nobody but me on the Greenway this morning. I guess I ain't got any sense. I don't know what it is. I titled this, How to Prepare for the Most Unbelievable Thanksgiving Yet. Let me tell you what I mean about that. It's not about Gratitude Day, although we are preparing for that. We've been getting ready. The grandkids are all excited. What I want to talk to you today about is you and your family. I'm going to be honest with you about a couple of things. Years ago, I wasn't too terribly excited about Thanksgiving. I'm not an old Scrooge. Robin used to call me that, but that's not necessarily true. But I'll be honest with you. There was some family and friends this time of year I didn't care much about being around, just to be honest with you. But let me tell you where most of that fault lied. It was within me and not the family members. Here's what would happen. We get ready to go to these events, and I'd complain and fuss and carry on saying, I don't like this person, or I don't want to be around this person. They don't ever ask me about how I'm doing or how business is doing or whatever. You fill in the blank for yourself. And we would get there, and that's exactly the way it would go down. They wouldn't ask this or that. And I had one particular family member that we argued about religion and politics every time we got together. And I'm going to tell you something. By the time I got in the car, I was ready to bite a nail into. I complained all the way home. They didn't say this, they didn't say that. They didn't ask me about this business, or they didn't ask me about this family member. And I'm going to be honest, it was all about Big A. It was all about me and what I had going on. And then I met a guy named Bob Warren years ago, 15 years ago, that helped work me through that. He said, well, man, let me just tell you, it ain't all about you. It's not about what all you have going on. Why don't you change your approach? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, first of all, don't have any expectations. You build up these expectations how your family or friends should reply and respond to you. First of all, don't do that. Don't prescribe in your mind a certain way that other people should behave. Second of all, you need to read a book Carnegie wrote, and I talk about it all the time, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That book changed my personal life, and I know it will yours as well. If you hadn't got a copy of it, you've got time to get it and read it before Thanksgiving. But what we do is we go in and we ask other people questions about themselves. How's your family? How's your business? How can I help you? How can I encourage you? So I started doing that. I'm going to tell you something. It's amazing how people change. I'd go to Thanksgiving, or I'd go to these events. I quit arguing about politics. I quit arguing about religion. I quit worrying about them asking, how's your business doing, Big A? And I started pouring into them. It's like, hey man, how is your business going? How is your family? What can I do to help you? Who can I introduce you to? Who can I encourage you? And I'm going to tell you, I didn't complain quite as much on the way home after that to Robin. The other thing that I found out that we're doing wrong, guys and ladies, if you're watching this, oftentimes your spouse has no control over their family, and we're putting them in a really bad spot because they want to please you and they want to please their family. And I want to encourage you not to do that. Our spouses have no control whatsoever of their extended family. What we need to do is encourage one another and say, hey, you know what, me and Billy don't get along that well, but I want you to know it's not your fault. I'm going to go to this event. I'm going to give it all I got. I'm going to set my own feelings aside, my own personal desires aside, and I'm going to pour into Billy, and I'm going to find out how I can serve him. You watch what Billy does. His guard will come down. He'll start asking you questions. It'll be a better Thanksgiving. I'm going to tell you something. We don't have to dread these events. We need to quit having expectations for other people. We need to set our own feelings aside, and we need to pour into the people that's in our families. I promise you, if you do this, you'll have a Thanksgiving like you've never had. Well, listen, I got to put my glove back on. I got my mittens on here. I got to put my hands are frozen. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. I'm so excited as we prepare for this week of having Thanksgiving. Big A coming to you live from the Greenway. We'll see you. Have a good one.